Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm glad that you're here. And this video is a wire bonsai tree in the style of a weeping willow type tree. And here in the beginning you can see I was using my ruler as a way to wrap my wire around the ruler to do my measurements of approximately 30 centimeters or 12 inches depending on your method of measurement, whether it be standard or metric. And this worked okay. One end of the ruler was rounded, so that made it a little difficult and a little bit longer. And then cutting it was okay, but then the ends ended up a little curled. So this is a work in progress. Maybe I'll try it again type of thing. After cutting the wires at one end of my big loop, I ended up with pieces that were approximately 60 centimeters or 24 inches long, and these pieces will be used for the tree trunk of the tree. As you can see, I wrapped the wire around my finger to create a loop, and I started twisting up the trunk. The reason for the loop that was wrapped around my finger is that will be the roots of the tree once the tree and branches are all twisted out and ready to go. Cutting my big wire loop and making my 60 centimeter 24-inch pieces and twisting them together in half gave me 30 branch tips to work with to put my leaves on. Now with all the wire twisting done, I now have a nice little skinny willow tree. Using my ruler and my little wire snips, I cut off pieces 30 centimeters or 12 inches, and these parts will become my leaf parts for the tree. After cutting 30 pieces for the leaves, I use my round nose jeweler pliers to create the loops instead of my little handy tool. This gave me some versatility in being able to use the very tip and make smaller loops, and also more control over flipping from side to side. After getting all the way down to the end and having the loops alternating from side to side, it gives a nice appearance of a nice hanging leafy branch, which is what you want for a willow tree. And I left about 3/4 of an inch or so of tail to use to attach to the tree. With all of my leaf parts twisted up, I started cutting the loop that is the roots of the tree, cutting off just a few at a time, just randomly, 3, 4, twisting them up, and then cutting some more and twisting those up also until I have my leaves. Then I take a rock that I had pre-chosen to glue my tree to, just because I like it as a base. It gives it good weight and holds it up nicely. Now, as I did in my previous video, I got my roots all set to where I wanted them. I got out my cotton ball and some super glue, and I twisted off just little tiny pieces of cotton ball and tucked them underneath some of the roots and super glue them in place. It does a nice job of absorbing the glue and help holding everything in place while it sets. Once I have my tree secured to my stone, I get out my leafy parts, and I decided that wasn't enough. It's going to be a little sparse looking, and so I wanted to make some more. So I got another color of wire, a little bit different, still somewhat pink, but a little more on the red side to maybe look like some older foliage on the tree, and the pink was more of a younger growth. So like the pink wire, I use my round nose pliers to create the loops. Except this time I used it a little bit farther down so that the loops were a little bit bigger, and I went a little faster. I was a little bit more random with it, trying to give it a bit more of an organic feel of random size and shape to the whole branch. And now that I have all of my branch leaf parts twisted up and ready to go, I feel like I have a lot more, and the tree will look more full with twice as many leaf parts hanging. To get started with hanging the leaves on, I twisted up the ends of the untwisted wire into a loop and then cut off the excess. So this is where I would hang some of the leaves from. The excess pieces I used to twist into a few more loops and twisted that onto the end of the branch to add more places to hang more branches or leaf parts from. Now here, after I got the first branch done, I just went around and I went ahead and clipped off all the excess wires so that I could use them to twist up for my extra loops for the extra leaf branches to hang from. Now sometimes this was a little bit difficult because I kept getting the leaves tangled in each other and they kept hooking, and some of them fell off before I could get them twisted into place, as I would twist the end loop that I made to hold them so they didn't fall off. But everything went smoothly, mostly, and I just cut off any extra tails that the leaf parts may have had. And as always, if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.